As she continues whatever she was doing, I resume brushing her hair for her. What even happened just then? That felt crazy. Right, back to this. It feels a little weird to grab hair near her chest, so I make sure to be very careful of where my hands go. One thing about having hair this long, and this is also from my experience, is that knots tend to show up way too easily and more often than we'd like. Trying to get them out with a comb or brush can hurt sometimes. That's why I'm going by the golden rule for hair, and carefully dismembering each one by hand that I find. Does dismembering work in that context? I thought that, exclusively referred to, losing limbs. We're gonna learn something today, kids. Let's just take a second here. We're gonna go Google, and we're gonna find out for sure. Hey, Google, tell me about dismemberment. Cut off the limbs of a person or animal. Or partition or divide up a territory or organization. Okay, so no. Dismemberment is not the word here. But that's fine. It doesn't take long for all her hair to feel nice and perfect. As if by chance, the toast pops up from the toaster as soon as I'm done. I'll get that for you.
Oh, thanks.
Quickly grabbing a plate and somehow not burning my fingers by placing the toast on it, I bring it over to my table as Yuri finishes up everything. She follows suit behind me with 2 other plates on, and her bag. Cannot read. Oh god. Once everything's in place on the table and we're both sat down, something comes to mind. No plates again, I'm guessing?
Well, you said this is alright.
Yeah, I did. Elbow on the table, I placed my chin in my hand and in my playful manner tried to sound annoyed. I guess I better get used to this. Yuri giggles in response, to which I do as well. Afterwards, she pulls out her chopsticks sets and hands me what I guess is mine. I guess she brought this with her too. I don't know, they're the same kind of plastic and same color. Ah well, doesn't bother me too much. With hers in hand, she grabs some scrambled eggs and starts eating away. I, on the other hand, grab toast, sausage, eggs, and make an impromptu sandwich. Nice. Oh yeah, sausage sandwich time. Taking a bite, I genuinely smile and close my eyes at how good everything tastes. After a moment, my vision refocuses itself and I see Yuri staring somewhat intently at me. The nervousness is now real.
You don't always eat like that, do you?
Okay, I thought she was angry or something. I place my free hand in front of my mouth so I'm able to talk without grossing her out. Only when I'm in a good mood.
Are you saying you weren't in a good mood at my place yesterday?
My eyelids bolt upwards at the situation I'm now in. No?
Okay, I was gonna say.
It's not every day I get to eat breakfast with the prettiest girl I know.
Oh, you. What am I gonna do with you?
Walk me to school? Wait, we kinda have to do that anyways. Why did I ask her that?
I'd love to.
I bring both my arms up in the air in response. Hooray!
7:50 a.m. The way I would describe the atmosphere today, let's just say it's a clear reflection of how Hallie and I are feeling. Birds are flying south for the season and it's surprisingly not too cold outside. With Hallie being this close to me, there's this weird feeling of confidence, of importance that I don't usually feel. I'm ready for whatever today throws at us. Blending in with the crowd of students, the apprehensiveness of being around others like this I would have felt weeks ago is barely existent. Instinctively holding onto Hallie's hand a bit harder, I don't want to risk losing him at all. He looks over to me, pink in the face, which makes me feel like I'm doing something right for once. After a little bit, we've almost made it to his locker. It's rather unfortunate that my locker is on the other side of the building. It's alright though. I don't mind being a little late to my
Boo!
Instinctively turning to my left to see who made such a noise. Hallie, with a pained look on his face, immediately breaks away from me. He covers his ears and, probably without thinking, runs with notable force into the closest locker to his left. After recovering from the assault on my ears, my happiness has quickly turned into concern and anger at the sight of Hallie, now with his head down on the ground. Turning around to see who did this to us shows one of Wallace's friends that Hallie pointed out during the festival. Kyle.
Heh, gotta love picking on the slow kid. Kill him.
No, nobody hurts my baby like this. Not my hero. He saved me in my time of need. Now it's my turn.
Have fun dealing with your girlfriend now, bitch. That's part of your name, right?
He turns around and mutters to himself while walking away.
Fucking handicapped vagina scab.
With rage taking over, I don't care if anyone's watching right now. Catching up to him, I dig my nails into the back of his neck and forcefully turn him around. Next, I slap him across his face as hard as I possibly can. He recoils and places his hand over his cheek.
More.
Quickly and firmly grasping my right wrist, the rage continues to flow through me. With all my force, and with him still stunned, my right elbow connects with his temple. Keeping the momentum going, his head smashes into the lockers beside us. The sound it makes fuels the notion that this is right.
Make this fucker pay.
Capitalizing on his temporary immobilization, I grab him by the hairs on his head, steady myself and bring a foot to forcefully meet his stomach. Each action seamlessly flows into the next as I straighten my leg and he bumps into two other students that were watching the whole time. Next, he collapses to the ground. Once I feel the rage slowly dissipate and be replaced with satisfaction, I'm able to tell who's in front of me now. It's Fly and Dwight, from when Hallie and I spent time at the festival.
Damn, girl! Didn't know you had it in ya!
The two of them pick up his barely responsive body, each taking hold of one arm.
Come on, let's get this clown out of here.
While they're dragging that worthless human being away, I take this moment to take a deep breath. Hallie! Immediately turning around shows him still on the ground with hands still over his ears, facing the opposite away from me. He must not have seen what went down. Once I kneel down to his level, I place my hand on his shoulder. I can feel him lighten up a bit as he brings his arms down. Hey, it's okay now. Please tell me you're all right. Upon hearing my voice, he lifts his head up, turns around to face me. With him immediately hugging me, he rests his head on my shoulder. It feels right to do the same and rub his back for comfort. Any worries about eyes on us are irrelevant now. I can't help but feel like his guardian, standing strong after all that just happened. This is just like our poems we wrote for the festival. No, please don't. Don't cry, I'm right here.
Can we just stay like this for a while?
His words warm my heart even more. Of course, darling.
2:55 p.m. and it's off-center for some reason. Despite what happened at the beginning of the day, the rest of the day was surprisingly normal. I may have been a little late for my first class, but I didn't get too much flack about it. Nobody bothered me or Yuri at all. At least I hope no one bothered her. The principal didn't ask to see me at all today, thank goodness. And lunchtime went by perfectly normal. It's a good thing we haven't grown sick of that. It just feels nice to have some quiet time, at least once throughout the school day. I say that, but the quiet time in between getting work from this class done and waiting for the bell to ring is another thing. There were a few points in time throughout the day where I felt bad about what I said to my mom last night. I didn't bring that up with Yuri at all during lunchtime. I don't know when I'll bring that up to her, or how she'd react to the whole thing. Well, that'll do. Alright, time to spend time at the club. I'm glad the day's been going decent so far, and this is gonna make it better. I get to read more of Yuri's book with her. That'll help distract me from everything that's going on.
Hallie.
Well, I'll be. Turning around just before I start walking up the stairs shows Yuri excitedly walking up to me again, just like yesterday. Stopping in my tracks, I give her an enthusiastic smile and start making my way over to her. Once we're close to each other, we side hug once again, not caring if others have seen. I was just thinking about you.
Oh, you. Did the rest of your day go well?
Yeah, nothing bad happened. And you?
Oh, well, nothing too spectacular. Come on, let's get going.
With that, she takes the first steps toward the stairs, her arms still around my back, not complaining. Yeah, I don't want Monica to yell at us for being late or something. Wait, why did I say that? I don't think I've ever seen Monica yell at Natsuki or Sayori for being late. Maybe said it because she's been unusually cold this mod so far. Oh well. Once we reach the stairs, her arm leaves my back and goes to my hand instead.
Hey, Hallie, I just thought of something.
Oh?
There's something that we forgot to do yesterday.
What's that?
We never made tea.
Now that you mention it? Yeah! Why don't we do that before we read today?
Of course.
Awesome. Man, this day just keeps getting better. I can't help but start fidgeting my hands around to keep myself collected around Yuri. It doesn't take long for her to notice, however, as her grip on me increases.
Hey, everything alright?
Ooh, dang it. Becoming conscious of what I'm doing, it takes me a while to bring myself to stop. Then I place my free hand behind my head to stop myself from doing that. Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Promise.
Okay, good. Once we step into the club, I'll get the tea set all ready for us, okay?
Sure. Thanks for telling me. I know I don't need to say thanks to her for that, but it makes me happy when people keep me informed on stuff and details about things that are happening. Not only that, I don't want to sound like I'm ungrateful around her. Opening up the clubroom door, I can't help but feel weird the moment I step in. This is not the usual scene. There's nobody here. An eerie silence fills the room for a short while, not even a word from Yuri upon entrance. It's not to the point where I have to cling to Yuri's arm, however. Hey, is the club canceled today? I'm actually starting to get a little worried that our meeting has been canceled today, or it's been moved somewhere else and nobody told us about it.
No, Monica would have told us beforehand. We're probably the first ones here.
But what if it's somewhere else and she forgot to tell us? Shh.
Hallie, this happens sometimes, just not very often.
Alright, if you say so.
Come on, follow me to the closet. Let's get a head start on tea time.
Ah, yes. Tea time with a princess. Following Yuri to the closet, she starts messing around with the stuff inside. I can't help but to giggle to myself as I realize where I'm standing. Heh, Natsuki can't say anything about us being in her private property zone now. That's when I stick out my tongue, as if I'm teasing her. As I'm doing so, Yuri turns around to face me and is left speechless. Out of a panicked response, my face contorts back to normal and I'm feeling the heat of embarrassment. Instead of showing anger, a smirk appears on her face.
What's that for?
Nothing.
Well...
She about to blep us. She blepped. Oh, how she puts a smile on my face. Giggling to myself, all the embarrassment in me has gone away. The room feels more comfortable now. She pulls out the kettle used to heat the water up and hands it to me.
Please plug this in at the usual spot for me.
Taking it from her, my smile remains consistent. Of course. Doing as she says, it takes me a little while to find the wall outlet once I'm over there. Once it's plugged in, I make my way over to the closet again. With the pitcher in one hand and mine in her other, I open the door for her and we're on our way to the water fountain.
Hey, Hallie, wanna see another funny face?
Sure. What you got? Opening the door for Yuri feels right. Her hands are full due to the teapot. I tried to say tea-spot, and I don't know why. Another day in the club is about to be down in the books. I'm thankful to see Monica and Sayori in here now. The room feels more alive. Monica's messing around with some papers at the teacher's desk. Yuri departs from me and makes her way to the kettle from earlier. Natsuki is nowhere to be seen again. Sayori is at her usual desk with a box of crayons. I wonder what she's doing this time. Speaking of which... of all the times I've seen Sayori in this club, I've never once seen her with a book or writing something down. Isn't that what this club's supposed to be about? Maybe she has special privileges because she's vice president?
Hallie!
Huh? My attention is now taken by Monica walking towards me, to which I step closer to her in response. Oh, hi Monica. Her bright smile just adds even more to this day.
How are you feeling today?
I'm here to spill pasta sauce. No, don't say that. Before answering Monica, I quickly glance over to see what Yuri's up to. Looks like she's getting teacups all set up for us to pass out. A surge of excitement passes through me as I return my attention to Monica. I'm pretty happy today.
Oh, how so?
My enthusiasm gets the better of me. Me and Yuri got tea going, and we're gonna read her book again. I can't believe I almost jumped up and down in front of her.
Oh, fun! I have some important things to get done. You know where to find me if you need me.
Uh-huh. As she turns around and walks away, the sound of the door opening rips my attention away from her. There's Natsuki. Natsuki comes walking in, bag in hand. Oh, death approaches. Turning away the moment we make eye contact, I walk straight to where Yuri is.
What?
Once I'm up close to observe what she's doing, it looks like she just poured tea into the last cup. There's only 4, though. There's 5 of us.
Go take these to Monica and Sayori. I'll set ours by my desk.
You know what? I'm not going to question it. I smile out of acknowledgement. Got it. With that done and out of the way, I finally made my way over to Yuri's desk. She has set down both of our teacups on her desk and is reaching into her bag right now. Once her book is in her hands, I take my rightful seat next to her. With the book on the table and opened up to where we left off from yesterday, our hands happily meet once again.
I've been waiting all day for this.
Heh, me too, dear. As I reach forward to take my respective side of the book, the sight of my teacup in front of me stops me from going any further. I figured it'd be best to drink some tea that she made for us first. It has been a while since the last time me and her have done this. Carefully picking up my teacup, I slowly bring it to my face and take... Hey, Yuri! Wah! Uh-oh. Ah! Falling out of my chair and onto the ground, the spreading burning feeling forces my eyes shut out of agonizing pain. Steaming hot tea runs down my face and seeps its way inside my uniform. My hands instinctively move up and down my face to try to dry myself. It feels like everything hurts as my skin begins to dry and tears start to break through. Rolling around on the floor and hitting my forehead against the desk legs provides no comfort as breathing has turned into audible, forceful inhaling, and my thoughts become a hurricane.
Just go!
No, please don't shout at her. It wasn't her fault. All I can mutter are shuddering weeps as I painfully say "ow" over and over again, on the brink of shouting. After what feels like an eternity of numbing pain, I hear the sound of another body on the ground next to me. An arm being placed around my head and back stops me from hitting my forehead anymore. A gentle yet firm voice breaks through the chaos in my mind.
Hallie, sweetie, listen to me. Let's get out of here. Let me take care of you.
Please, anything but this. With Yuri's arm moving from my back and being wrapped around my arm, she's trying to lift me up from the ground. Sluggishly getting up from the ground, with eyes still scrunched closed, I immediately bury my head into my arm, so no one can see me. She wraps her arm around my shoulders again and guides me out of the clubroom. As I blindly follow her, embarrassment strikes me as I realize that the other 3 girls have witnessed everything that went down.